Solve the problem. Find two consecutive integers such that the square of the sum of the two integers is 11 more than the smaller integer. Well, we've performed step 1. We've read the problem carefully. Now going on to step 2, let's define our variables. Let's let x equal the first integer and then x plus 1 be the next consecutive integer or the second integer. Now for step 3, we'd like to write an equation, and we'll use the fact that we're given that the square of the sum of the two integers is 11 more than the smaller integer. So the square of the sum of these integers, let's sum them, x plus 1, and then square it, giving the square of the sum, is or is equal to 11 more than the smaller integer, which is identified as x. We have our equation. Now let's move on to step 4 and let's solve it. Starting by combining like terms on the left, we have a 2x plus 1 quantity squared is equal to 11 plus x. Squaring this binomial on the left, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Our middle term is 2 times 2x times 1, or 4x, plus 1 squared, or 1, and that's equal to 11 plus x. This gives us a quadratic equation. Let's put it in standard form by moving things to the left and setting everything on the left equal to 0. We have a 4x squared term. Let's subtract x from both sides to give a positive 3x on the left. Subtracting 11 from both sides gives a minus 10, and that's set equal to 0. Now we'll factor using trial and error. Factors of 4x squared that will work are 4x and x. Factors of negative 10 that we'll use are minus 5 and plus 2. Quickly checking, negative 5x plus 8x gives the middle term 3x. Now let's use our zero factor property. Setting 4x minus 5 equal to 0, or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now solving each linear piece, adding 5 to both sides, dividing by 4 gives x is equal to 5/4. With our other linear piece, we have x is equal to negative 2. Now, supposedly we're dealing with integers, and 5/4 is not an integer. Therefore, we're going to reject it as a possible solution. Now, negative 2 is an integer, and if x is negative 2, then the next consecutive integer, x plus 1, is negative 2 plus 1, or negative 1. So our answer is the two integers negative 2 and negative 1. Now as a last step, let's quickly check those. We're given that the square of the sum, so negative 2 plus a negative 1 squared, should be equal to 11 more than the smaller integer, negative 2. Is this indeed true? In other words, is negative 3 squared, or 9, equal to 9? Yes, that's a true statement. Things check out. So we can say that our correct answer then is the integers negative 2 and negative 1.